Hello and welcome to another episode of How To with Paul Henderson. Today's video, I will be reviewing the Jet Performance Powr-Flo mass air sensor. I had recently installed this in my vehicle about 35, maybe 38 days ago. And my truck is a 2019 Chevy Silverado All-Star Edition double cab with the V8 5.3 liter Ecotec 3 engine, disabled dynamic fuel management. To give you a little backstory on my truck, I have the GM Chevrolet factory authorized cold air intake system. I also have the still-in cold air intake scoop, and I also have the Pulsar LT. Now with the Pulsar LT, I was able to disable the dynamic fuel management and permanently disable the auto start stop feature. And with the Pulsar LT, you can also adjust the throttle sensitivity. But about 6 months ago, I had put the throttle sensitivity back to stock. So with this, I'll tell you this. After I installed it, I did feel a slight difference in the acceleration. Over the past 35 days or so, I had about 4 fill-ups on gas. And I had noticed that there was at least a 1/10 to 4/10 of a mile per gallon increase. I know it's not much, but it's something. So maybe over the course of 10 to 15 tanks, maybe this will pay for itself. Maybe it might take 20 tanks and I'll break even. But all I can tell you is that there is definitely a small difference in the performance gains by using this Jet Performance Powr-Flo mass air sensor. This sensor is calibrated. It has a better calibration than the stock OEM mass airflow sensor. So with this and my GM factory authorized cold air intake scoop, it just works very well together. The other thing I noticed is that the idling at low RPMs is perfectly steady. I mean, it was pretty steady before, but it's even more steady now. Now when I'm on the freeway and I give it full throttle or 3/4 throttle, the RPMs seem to go a little bit higher than they did before, which is good. So it just takes off totally smooth, shifts smooth, downshift smooth. Idles perfectly, cruising at 80 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour. No issues there at all. I have no engine check lights whatsoever. Now when I installed this, I did disconnect the negative battery terminal, and that is highly recommended. Now, and after you reconnect the battery terminal, the negative battery terminal, it will take 2 to 4 hours to maybe 200 miles of driving for the computer to recalibrate itself to where it takes all the readings from all the different sensors and puts it all together, and then it adjusts how they should be adjusted for optimum fuel efficiency and performance. So having this will make a difference on your vehicle, and I really think it did. Now I'm sure if I would have took my truck in and put it on a dyno test, I'm sure if I would have did that before I installed it and afterwards, I would have visual proof with the numbers saying that it did make a difference. So all you can do is just take my word on it, and it really did make a difference. Now I will tell you this though, on my cold air intake system, I have a dry filter media. Now the reason why that is that when they offer this, that's the only way it comes. I tried to find an oil filter that I can replace the dry one with, and there isn't any. But as I was reading up on oiled filters from like K&N or the other companies, the one thing that I had found out is that if you oversaturate the filter, and now with my cold air intake system, the mass airflow sensor is closer to the filter box itself. The OEM one was a little further away. So with this mass airflow sensor being closer to the air box, if it was an oiled filter and you oversaturate it, and let's say you're on the freeway and you like totally stop on the gas, now that extra air that is coming in through the filter and into the throttle body, that could potentially pull some of that oil from the filter, and it will make its way onto, I'll show you real quick. This is the stock OEM filter. I mean, this is the stock OEM mass airflow sensor. So if you over oil your K&N or whatever brand you have, some of that oil can actually get onto the contacts in here, and you don't want that. So I will no longer be using an oil filter in my vehicle. Well, I can't right now, but I'm sure if I really searched around, I could probably find an oil cone filter to put on there, but I'm not going to do it. I do have one on my motorcycle from K&N, and I will be switching that out to a paper element in the next video that I make. I might do that one. I'm really in no rush because I don't ride that motorcycle very often. But with all that said, that's it. And this, in my opinion, is worth it. Now I do have a replacement one, which is the OEM one. So if this one ever did go out, which they don't last forever, especially if they get contaminated, those contact points on it get contaminated, it'll shorten the life of the sensor. Now how these work, there are two wires. There's a heated wire and a non-heated wire. So as the air comes into the filter box and goes over the sensor and into the engine, the air cools down the heated wire, and then the computer, it tries to maintain a certain temperature with that wire, so it'll either increase the heat or decrease the heat. It all depends upon what type of air is coming in, and that is how it measures the air volume that is going into the intake system. At least that's what I read, so I'm sure that's how it works. Now on my Pontiac Firebird, on that mass airflow sensor I had, it was a pretty big one, and it was really close to the air filter box. And I will say this, I did oversaturate that filter with the K&N oil, and I think that's why that mass airflow sensor kept going out every 30 to 40,000 miles. Well, with all that said, that's it. So if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, that really helps on my channel, and the bell icon, and you get notifications as new videos come out. If you want to make a small donation to my channel, tap the super thanks underneath this video. Anything I get goes right back into my channel. Well, that's it, folks. Have a great day, and may your vehicle suck in the proper amount of air. Well, that's it. See you next video. Bye. Hello and welcome to another episode of How To with Paul Henderson. Today's video, I will be reviewing the Jet Performance Powr Mass Airflow. Jet Performance. Okay, hang on a second. I got to read something real quick. Hello and welcome to another episode of How To with Paul Henderson. Today's video, I will be reviewing the Jet Performance Powr-Flo Mass Airflow. Powr-Flo. Yes, Powr-Flo. Hello and welcome to another episode of How To with Paul Henderson. Today's video, I will be reviewing the Jet Performance Powr-Flo Mass Air Sensor. I recently installed this Powr-Flo Mass Air Sensor on my 2019 Chevy Silverado. Hello and welcome to another episode of How To with Paul Henderson. Today's video, I will be reviewing the Jet Performance Powr-Flo Mass Airflow Sensor. Powr-Flo Mass Air Sensor. Okay, so Jet Performance Powr-Flo Mass Air Sensor. I did install it on my 2019 Chevy Silverado All-Star Edition double cab with the V8 5.3 liter Ecotec 3 engine. Dynamic fuel management, which has been disabled, and here goes another fudging airplane.